Welcome back to part 2 of Haley's story. And in this video, we're going to be addressing and looking at MamaMax's response to Haley's story. So let's get into it. Roll the intro.
Alright, hope you know I'm trying to see it through. Alright, 6 figures for the whip. No chance, you catch me down bad.
Before we get into MamaMax's response to Haley, I do want to point out that Anthony does have a GoFundMe because he plans to take MamaMax to task. So if you're able to and you can, definitely consider donating. Link will be in the description. Blah, 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 blah. Hopefully we don't mess up our words too much and have to edit too much in this video. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? I did want to start off by pointing out something about MamaMax's video that I didn't really notice that before. But remember how I said that Haley's story was probably the most credible of between all the other ones? Notice how he puts it at the end. Let me move myself real quick. Move you. Look at that. Okay? He puts Haley's story at the end after all the other women's stories. And he was very smart to do so. Honestly. Diabolical. Diabolical of you, MamaMax, to do such a thing. Because you knew that that was the most credible story. And you also knew how viewers tend to be. And you were smart enough to be like, let me put the most credible story behind all these other ones. Okay? So, I just wanted to point that out. I just thought that was ridiculously smart and shitty. And I also wanted to show you, if you haven't realized exactly what Magnetar, aka Anthony, could be suing MamaMax for, I wanted to show you this.
Yeah, anyone who knows Max in high school, he was a nice guy to everyone. He was nice to everyone. He never would kidnap someone.
Then why does...
Let alone Haley, his friend, and she definitely was not kidnapped.
Then why does Anthony hate me?
Am I allowed to say why?
Anthony Field, Haley's boyfriend, Magnetar on YouTube, the one who published this video on me.
Yeah. He called him a nonce. A nonce. He called Anthony a nonce, and now he's showing somebody's statement as proof. Okay? Statement. Okay? Okay? Yeah. I just wanted to point that out. Let's go ahead. 5 of 5. My last allegation. Let me address the most credible allegation last for you guys. I bet you anything he was like, people probably won't even get this far. And he literally just, muddied the waters, so to speak. So, let's do Haley's story, and let's get into pointing out everything. But as I spoiled for you in my previous video, spoiler alert, he admits to the majority of Haley's story. Okay? Let's get into it. Go, stupid mouse. I'm not editing. The last video was so dumb edited. Go. Jesus.
Haley is not one of my exes. Haley has never abused me. Haley is a young woman that I fell for in high school and that I obsessed over during my time in the military. This is when I was 18. I made decisions that I obviously regret. But with that said, Haley is painting a very different picture of our relationship together during these times to make me look more like a creep, obviously.
Bro. What do you mean? To make you look more like a creep? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see.
That is always the name of the game with them, I guess. And I'm going to go through it with you step by step to show you where I believe she's being disingenuous. This is not me invalidating anything she went through, but I'm just going to give my side of things, okay?
I want to start off by saying that I never thought I'd publicly tell this part of my life story. I hoped that this chapter of my book would end and I could continue my life without thinking about it.
And you could have. I have not seen you since I left for the military. I have not contacted you ever since you called the cops on me. And I have not contacted your boyfriend ever since I apologized to him. You...
Okay. See that? So, admits to getting the cops called on him. Admits to... he's already admitted to being obsessed and obsessive over her. But then he sits there and says, well, you could have just shut up and not talk about it. MamaMax, the nonce hunter, said, you could have shut up and just not talked about it. I haven't talked to you since I stopped doing all those horrible things to you and to Anthony. You could have shut up about it. Why didn't you just keep your mouth shut? You wouldn't be in this position of me making a video about you if you just kept your mouth shut. Because that's how I take it. That's how I took it initially. But of course, I had already ran my mouth on Twitter about the girls. So, and I was stupid and not willing to admit that I was wrong. But when I watched this, I was like, wait, did you just say that she could have kept her mouth shut? Is that what you were saying? Is that what you're saying? That's not very nice guy of you. that's kind of a bad guy thing to do. Okay, and a bad guy thing to say. So, carry on.
You are the ones who showed up out of nowhere to try to ruin my life with my abusers. Even after I tried negotiating with you and your boyfriend to handle everything privately and legally.
Handle everything privately and legally. Why did you go public with it? Why couldn't you just DM me about this? I don't know, MamaMax. I don't know. Why couldn't you just handle things privately in general? Your whole YouTube career is not handling things that privately. Okay? Your whole YouTube career ended up being you, for the most part, grifting off of fake stories for Patreon money. Okay? To make movies. Okay? But ignore the fact that we now know that most of your stories were bullshit. Let's pretend that they weren't. Your whole YouTube career was not handling stories like this privately. If you had come across a story of a man who stalked and harassed a woman that he was obsessed with, you wouldn't have handled that privately. You would have made a YouTube video. You would have made a YouTube video about you. Okay? If the stories that your exes and Haley told was about anybody else, you would have made a video about it, MamaMax. You would have made a video about yourself. All right, carry on with the, why didn't you just take this to DMs?
And you refused.
I offered the opportunity to Anthony on the 30th of April to discuss...
Wait. I gotta pause it. Okay. This guy right here. Okay. Nonce. Okay. Just FYI, this guy right here used to make my thumbnails, and he made great thumbnails. And that was the beginning and end of the good that he did. But he is a nonce. He messaged a 16-year-old girl, exchanged nudes with her. Her name is Emmy. There is videos out there about this man. And he was a good thumbnail artist, though. But this guy, MamaMax, has a history of working with very bad people, okay? You are the company you surround yourself with, MamaMax. I'm just saying.
Us and deal with these allegations privately and or legally. After inquiring about logistics on how this would be done, he then proceeded to give this heartfelt, emotional story about the situation, and then went on to decline the opportunity by saying, and I quote, "So I don't need to talk to him to discuss what we experienced." And then a few days later, after offering another opportunity to discuss this privately and legally, he completely left me on red and then blocked me on his private account for some reason.
I met Max in 2012, 2013 while in high school. I confided in him a lot of the mental illness problems that I had, and he reciprocated this, and we did our best to hype each other up about the future. We would send each other songs and videos that made us laugh or smile. We were pretty much best friends at this point, but I was concerned he may have had feelings for me that I didn't reciprocate.
True, you did not reciprocate them when your boyfriend was being nice to you. But when he wasn't being so nice to you, you would come to me for love and attention because that's all I gave you. We would talk on Skype almost every single night. You would invite me to come over to stargaze and talk in front of your grandma's house. We would go to the mall together and I would buy you things. We slept in the same bed together multiple times. We would cuddle. We would tickle each other. I would give you foot massages. We kissed each other on the cheek on rare occasions. And there was even one time you let me draw on your body with markers. But that's just my side.
Whoa, that's just so weird, bro. That's weird. What does that mean? What does that even mean? You let me draw on you with markers on your body. We used to cuddle, and sometimes you guys, like, she would let me kiss her on her cheek. So, like, she clearly was into me, guys. Bruh. In hindsight, MamaMax, that whole statement just proves her point that you were just obsessively in your head with this fantasy that you and Haley had something more than you had. Holy crap. Does anybody else hear that? This guy just pretty much admitted that Haley just being friendly with him and talking to him when, like, she was having issues with her boyfriend, he felt, this is it. This is the time. This is it. This is why I know that Haley cares about me. This is why I know that, there is a chance for us to be together. Are you guys hearing it the way I'm hearing it? This guy just literally explained why Haley had so many issues with him. We kissed each other on the cheek sometimes, on rare occasions. What? And sometimes she let me draw on. Bro, you just explained a girls' night. Like we would cuddle in bed, we slept in the same bed and we cuddled, and like sometimes like we kissed each other on the cheek, and it meant something, you guys. It meant something. Bruh. Desperate. Desperate, MamaMax. Desperate.
Max told me he wanted to be a firefighter. He also said that firefighter was a code word for something else. I asked him several times over the next, few months what it meant, but he would just laugh at me and change the subject.
Correction, I said I wanted to be a fireman, not firefighter. It was a code word for my future rap name because I wanted to be a rapper who would
Okay. Fireman. Sorry. So, oh my God, she said firefighter and you said fireman because you wanted to be a rapper. Like, this is so embarrassing, bro. This is so embarrassing. Stop it. You're embarrassing yourself, MamaMax. You shouldn't have even said anything. You should have just been like, Haley, I'm sorry that I stalked and harassed you for years because I fantasized and I had it in my head that one day me and you would be a couple and we would be together because I was stupid obsessive with you. You should have just left it at that because you're embarrassing yourself. Jesus, cringe, bro.
spit flames. Very epic, I know. She knew I wanted to be a rapper. I did not laugh at her or change the subject, although I did usually tell her, I'll show you one day, because I was alluding to a gift I wanted to give to her, which we will get to in just a second.
I told him about my little sister's birthday party, which was happening at the end of June, and he just showed up. I didn't invite him.
Wait, what?
I didn't invite him.
Are you saying did or didn't?
I didn't invite him.
Okay, is this a Freudian slip? Because it sounds like you're saying you did invite me, which, yes, you did. You told me about it because you wanted me to get your sister a DVD copy of Frozen or a plushie of Olaf or something like that, which I did, and I wrapped it in newspaper and Band-Aids. I know you remember that because it made your grandma laugh.
But I did tell him that it was happening, and he just kind of showed up. I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, so if you didn't hear that, MamaMax just was like, so you did invite me, right? Because like you told me you wanted me to get a gift for your sister. So like, so that's an invite. No, what? No. And Haley just followed up with, I did tell him about it, but she didn't invite you. Did she say, MamaMax? Did she? Bruh, you're just showing how dumb, obsessive, and stupid you are, okay? Because you said she told me about it, and I remember because she said that she wanted me to get a gift, like of a DVD copy of Frozen or a doll of Olaf or something, and I wrapped it up, right? But did she really want you to get a gift, or did you say, oh, I could get her a gift. What would she like? Oh, she likes Frozen or maybe like Olaf or something. But where did she say, by all means, come with if you want, show up if you want? Like, bro, you're just, throughout this entire thing, you're gonna notice that MamaMax is so convinced that he has a chance with Haley that he takes the smallest things. It's like cognitive dissonance, okay? Oh, your sister's having a birthday party, which means your family's gonna be there. I want to impress your family so that, maybe that we can be together in a relationship. The closer I get to your family, the closer I get to you. So you telling me about your sister's birthday party must mean that you want me to come. You get it? Are you seeing it? This guy is mentally unstable.
But was a bit weirded out that he knew where my dad's house was. But we were in a smaller town, so I kind of figured he just kind of knew. I don't know.
I knew where he lived because you told me. I do not know how to find people. I am not a hacker. That is why I have a team to help me find people.
Yeah, and you don't help. Okay. That's why you have a team of people to help you find people. So, really? Seriously? Are you serious? I don't know how to find people. You told me where she lived. Okay. Okay, buddy.
They literally make fun of me because how little I know of wasnt.
Talk about my wasnt skills that I have. That I had.
You have literally none. none whatsoever. I'm so sorry, Max. Really, honestly, I really apologize. I don't think Max is smart enough to manipulate people.
Bruh, I hate that. I hate his fake, stupid laugh. Like, MamaMax, you are more than willing to edit your voice to be like, Batman, kind of thing, whatever. Like, change your laugh. Nobody wants to hear it. Everybody hates it. It's stupid. It sounds so fake. But also, like, oh, let me get one of these people that I employ and I pay to speak on my behalf. Really? Seriously? Bruh. But you know what? I believe it because he said, like, you're too stupid. And as we saw with, like, the Nick video and the Muda video and everything, and the phone call leaks, that you are absolutely stupid. You're absolutely retarded. And we will continue to see throughout your response that you're also too retarded to get the hint. Okay. And you're too retarded to understand when someone just doesn't like you, bruh. Okay? Like, get over it. She don't want you, bro.
I did not have a team in high school, and I did not have the skills or resources to social engineer before the military. You told me to get your little sister a present, and you gave me the address.
He didn't speak the entire time he was there, but was standing close to me throughout the entire day.
Half true. Yes, I was close to her because she was my friend and the only person there I was close with. But I was social the entire time. I even played DDR with her little sisters.
One morning, when I was working at the movie theater, Max showed up unannounced in his old uniform. He hadn't worked there for over a year, but walked into the building before, the theater opened.
It was not a year. It was about a week or two after I quit. I did not know I needed to announce to you when I'm showing up to the theater I used to work at, but if you must know, the specific reason why I was wearing my uniform was because I was turning in my badge and picking up my last check. And
Why were you wearing your uniform then, bruh? That makes no sense. If you must know, the reason why I was... By the way, let me just remind you, one of the allegations that MamaMax made against Anthony was that Anthony would show up to the high school in the high school uniform, which consisted of a polo shirt and either khaki or black trousers, jeans, pants, whatever. And that's how he says that Anthony tried to sneak in because he was wearing the school uniform, which was basically like clothes. Anyways, so, bruh, why were you wearing the uniform? To drop off your badge and get your last check. Who does that? Who shows up? Who even shows up to... Who shows up to the job that they no longer work at in uniform? That makes zero sense. That makes... 0 cents. The math is not mathing, okay? The math is not mathing.
I thought it would be funny to walk in and act as if I still worked there. I had tons of friends who worked there, not just you.
Here I am with my boys.
And it seemed to make people laugh. So please stop using random stories as evidence that I am somehow stalking you.
I texted him.
You admitted... She's not using random stories as evidence that you're stalking her. She has police reports of you stalking her, bruh. And holy crap, you are so dismissive of everything that she says. and I will say it again, had these stories not been about you, you would have made YouTube videos about it. You would have made YouTube videos about you, bruh. Okay? So, and also, no one shows up to their work that they don't work at anymore in uniform for funny reasons. That makes no sense. It does make sense that you showed up in uniform because you wanted to be there and hang out and see Haley. Holy crap. Oh, God. This is so... I don't remember. I admittedly barely remember MamaMax's response. And this is just ridiculously funny that anybody believed it. And I don't know if I did or not. Because I know that I was like, holy crap, he just admitted to a lot of what Haley said that I gave her shit for on Twitter. And I was like, mom's the word. So, we're sweeping, you know what I mean? Okay, so, yeah.
Him a photo of my driver's license, and he was happy for me and suggested I should take him for a drive sometime.
Or maybe you just invited me, but you really want to make it look like I was pushing myself on you here, huh?
We talked about how summer was coming to an end and how I'd be going off to college in 10 days. Max said he was planning on working and becoming a firefighter. So again, I asked him what that meant, and he was just laughing at me. Then he pulled out a tiny little notebook. It was like this big. It's like a little pocket-sized composition book. Most of the notes were similar to diary entries, like what happened that day, things like that. He talked about how I lit up his day, how he looked forward to seeing me, and all of those things. He then brought up Dustin, who was, again, my boyfriend, and how he didn't deserve to have me. He had written out a whole plan on how he would get him out of the picture. I don't fully remember the exact details and don't want to speculate how he would have done it from memory, but I remember it being thorough and violent, and it freaked me out so much that I just threw the book down.
Wow, if that were true, that would have been really good evidence to keep. Now, I don't know if you're purposefully lying or just misremembering this, so I made a promise to her that I would kill the man who she claimed had been abusing her during our friendship. I will not go into detail to respect her privacy, but the notebook was a gift. It was filled with raps I made about us two torturing and killing him. She said I was a psycho, but she liked that about me. And this is me performing one of the songs in that notebook a few years later.
Here to fix and solving all the issues by dissolving you.
I never released the song out of fear she was going to call the cops on me, which is something she would do. And I gave up on my rap dreams.
I called my friend at the time and told her.
And you gave up on your rap dreams? Did you give up on your rap dreams? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because you made another rap. If you guys don't remember, he did. He made another rap. And that's the rap that Anthony Fontano reviewed for him. So, but yes, no, give up on your rap dreams, okay? You're not Mr. Girl, okay? At least Mr. Girl makes some banger music, okay? He's got issues, but his songs, they're a bop, okay? Let's not make, denials over not liking someone. However, your musical talents are trash, okay? But also, Really? Let's go back to that real quick. Let's go back. Let's try go back here. Let's try.
And I gave up fear later to that about us two torturing the note during our friendship. I will not go into detail to respect her privacy, but the note.
So his story is that it wasn't about her current boyfriend. It was about this other guy that she said did bad stuff to her. Yeah. Really? Okay, yeah, that okay buddy, but even if that was the case, even if it wasn't about her current boyfriend and it was about this other dude, this gross dude, like still weird. That doesn't take away the fact that you made weird journal entry rap verses about doing really gross stuff to somebody. Like, you literally just admitted to her story. I don't care that you're trying to say, oh, it wasn't about her boyfriend, it was about another guy. That doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that you just admitted to just being a psychopath who writes about doing really psychopathic things to other people. Okay? You're not helping your case about you not being crazy. Let's just put it out there. You're not helping your case. You're still crazy.
Notebook was a gift. It was filled with raps I made about us two torturing and killing him. She said I was a psycho, but she liked that about me.
Did she?
And this is me performing one of the songs in that notebook.
Did she say you were a psycho and she liked that about you? Or is that just another one of your fantasies that you made up in your head based on some other, like, statement that she probably, like, what did she say that, oh, I like that you're so crazy. And then in your, fantastical imagination about you two being closer than you actually were, did you take that as, she said she liked that I was psycho? Like, bruh, you crazy guy. You a crazy guy. You crazy guy.
Few years later,
here to fix and solving all the issues by dissolving you.
I never released the song out of fear she was going to call the cops on me, which is something she would do.
And the world can thank you for that, MamaMax, because nobody wants to listen to that trash.
And I gave up on my rap dreams.
Good.
I called my friend at the time and told her everything. We both agreed that we wouldn't be reaching out to Max anymore, and that since I'm going away to college, he wouldn't be a problem anymore.
This is most likely true because I do remember about a 3-week period she did not reach out to me and I did not bother her. When she finally got back to me, she came over and we cuddled in bed. I got my laptop and showed her a weird YouTube video I made expressing my feelings and anger and sadness in this relationship. She then punched me on the shoulder repeatedly. It did not hurt, but it happened. We then talked it out and things were fine after that.
Was that like him trying to allude, like, she was abusive? She punched me in the shoulder, like, repeatedly. Guys, like, it didn't hurt because I'm, like, totally a man, but, like, she did it. Like, she punched me in the shoulder. Bruh. I'm flabbergasted that anybody listened to this and didn't think, so you're like, you are crazy obsessive with this girl. Okay. Like, he's literally admitting to a lot of it and then just like twisting, like adding little twists in there to kind of make it seem better than what it is. But bruh, I see you and I hear you. I'm picking up what you don't want to put down, but you are putting down, okay? And I'm picking it up. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing what you're saying behind your words, okay? You're basically saying that use a psycho, okay? Use a psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Better. Run, she better run away. Jesus criminy. Oh my God, Haley, I'm so sorry you had to deal with this guy, because he cray-cray. He cray-cray.
Still unsure if I should keep trying to pursue her, but I would continue to come at her invitations.
One night he showed up to my dorm room. I hadn't told him which dorm I was staying in, so it was strange. He found out where I was. When I asked him how he knew where I was, he laughed and never told me.
Please stop lying. You told me where you were. You literally had to come down and open the door for me because you need a dorm key to enter. You invited me to your dorm multiple times, and I even gave you foot massage one of these times where you told me to stop tickling your feet.
In September.
Why do you remember that? What? Why do you remember tickling her feet? That's weird. Did you have a foot fetish? Is this a foot fetish thing? Is this MamaMax has a foot fetish allegation video now? This is a MamaMax has a foot fetish allegation video now. Just FYI. Because, like, why do you remember that? Why do you remember all the times that you supposedly were able to touch her body? That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. The way you say it, even, like, there was even a time where I gave you a foot massage and you said, to stop because I was tickling your feet. Like, you sound like you hold these close to your heart, bruh. Like, why do you remember all these times that she apparently allowed you, these random, rare moments that she allowed you to touch her? That, like I said, picking up what you're putting down, but what you don't want, that you're trying to put down silently, but I hear it. I hear the words behind what you're saying. Like, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I'm just saying. And I lost my mouse. Where'd you go? I am not. Where'd you go? There you are. Thank you. Carry on.
September of that year, so September 2014, Dustin and I broke up, and against my better judgment, I ended up responding to one of Max's text messages.
Gee, I wonder why.
At the time, I think I did that because I knew he would be responsive and I just needed someone to talk to.
At the time, you think you reached out to this problem person in your life that you and your friends apparently agreed to stop contacting, who is someone you are describing as a stalker and who has a violent and thorough plan to get rid of your then boyfriend and running away with you because you knew he would be responsive. That is the story you're going with. Well, first of all, that just makes you look like an asshole if you stop contacting this person and only reinitiated contact only when you needed him. But damn, go.
Whoa. Victim blaming much? Goodness gracious, from MamaMax. Wow. That was victim blaming if I've ever heard it. Jesus Christ. Wow. So you remained in contact with this guy that you said was creepy and weird and dangerous and made threats against, had weird fantasies about killing your boyfriend. Wow. That's so weird. But then also, like, you let it slip how much it hurt you to get excited about her reaching out to you again after so long because she was lonely and she needed someone to talk to and she knew that you would be there. Like, friend zoned, bruh. You were friend zoned hardcore. And I could see why the men in the audience would be like, that's so messed up. And wow, I can't believe she friend zoned him so hard. But let's remember, we're talking about MamaMax here. Okay? We're talking about MamaMax, the guy who wouldn't dare say a statement like he just did for anybody else in any other situation. For God's sakes, we're talking about the guy who took just some not a rando person, who took this person who is friends with his sister's statement about Anthony, but did not have even screenshots of DMs between her and Anthony to substantiate her claims. He took that, ran with it, and made a nonce allegation against Anthony based off of statement alone. Nothing else. Just statements. This is the guy that we're talking about who just said, wow, you reached back out to me, this guy that you say is dangerous? Wow. And kind of rude that you would do that you would only reach out to me because you were feeling lonely. Like, wow, you really used me, didn't you? Bruh.
Damn, go off, sis.
He responded with feigned concern and was obviously turning the conversation towards me and him.
Of course, because I can't actually be caring or have any positive traits. I always have to have some kind of antagonistic angle in this story.
I told Anthony that Max had been acting weird since I'd moved away to college, and Anthony suggested I cut off all contact with him.
I absolutely agree with him. If the person you've been describing was a real person, you should get the fuck away.
I was stubborn and told Anthony that Max was a friend and I couldn't just cut someone off like that.
Oh, you can't just cut someone off like that? But what about when...
We both agreed that we wouldn't be reaching out to Max anymore.
So let me get this straight. Y'all spent 3 months of work on this video together, and y'all can't keep from contradicting each other's stories.
He will never...
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. We are not going to... I'm not going to let you do that. Max, I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to let you do it because it worked so well the last time, okay? And I'm not going to let you do that. We're talking about Haley, okay? We're talking about Haley's story and Haley's experience with you. So I'm not going to let you convolute and muddy Haley's story by adding in what the other girls already said that you already addressed while you're addressing Haley. And this is the biggest reason why I felt so shitty initially, was because I saw this and I was like, why are you doing this? Haley's story is valid and is probably the most valid of stories. And it's so valid that MamaMax could not help but interject the other girls' stories in his response to Haley because that's how good her story was. And he could not help but victim blame the fuck out of Haley. Wow. Let me put it in perspective for you. Okay, Max, if you ever watch this, which who knows, you probably don't, because all you care about is grifting and only when the louder voices, the voices that get the most views talk about you, do you care. But in the off chance that you ever do look at this video, I'm going to put it in perspective for you. Wow, Spencer, this guy that, like, why did you stay in his house for 4 months after he beat you and he made you have all these miscarriages and abused you? Why did you stay and let that happen? Wow, Spencer, that's so weird that you continued living with him after that first incident, Spencer. God, that's so weird. He must have been a good guy because you continued living with him after the first miscarriage, and then the second miscarriage, and then the third miscarriage, and then the fourth miscarriage. God, Spencer, you allowed, and then after he kicked you out and made you homeless, and basically you still worked with him and you still helped him find other victims, Spencer? That's so weird. That doesn't sound like a bad guy because you stayed with him, right? Are you getting it now? Do you get it? Are you picking up what I'm putting down now, Max? Victim blamey AF. Victim blamey AF. Holy crap. Oh, God. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why none of us saw it before. But I will tell you, I did believe Haley's story after he basically admitted to it. Okay? Because he does. He admits to everything. And then he proceeds to muddy it with a bunch of victim blaming and then adding in the other girls' stories in his response portion to her. It's so manipulative. It's manipulative AF. Jesus Christ.
Go.
No. Wait. Oopsie. No. We're not doing that. Let's get back to Haley. Where is she? Boom.
Keep from contradicting your own stories. So what is it? Was I your best friend, or was I some weirdo creep that you tolerated? I will not deny that I was obsessed with you. Yes, I was.
Boom.
And I'm sorry about that. But there were times where you loved that about me and responded in kind.
So you think in your head, in your obsessed psycho stalker head. So you thought. Oh my God. But like, I'm sorry that I stalked you and I harassed you and I was obsessive with you, but like, you like that about me, right? Like, Ted Bundy's victims really liked what he did. I mean, like he's sorry that he killed them, but like, they liked that he was, you know, he was attentive and that, you know, like, oh my God, this is just gross. Okay. It's gross, bruh. Gross.
There were times you hated that about me and you would scold me. So I guess it does make sense why your story is so flip-floppy.
In my mind, I felt I needed to find a nice way to tell him that his behavior wasn't okay. And still at this point felt responsible for his feelings since we had been so close previously.
So you felt responsible for my feelings for you because we were so close previously. But I thought you said you didn't reciprocate those feelings, so why would you feel responsible?
Oh my God. Perfect example of MamaMax taking the smallest thing and using cognitive dissonance to say, see, but you liked it. But you liked that about me. Right? Because, like, you felt something. You felt something for me. Haley, you had feelings for me. I know it. You just admitted to it. You felt something for me the way I felt for you. You know, it didn't work out, but you felt those feelings. Bah! God, you are creepy. You are creepy. And, like, I feel real bad for Haley. For Jesus, for having you in her life. Because you're crazy, bruh. Crazy.
I know why. Because you were very flirty and touchy with me before you went off to college.
Oh my
God. At the end of October, Max called me and said he was in town and that he wanted me to meet his older sister who lived 10 minutes from campus. Max told me that she was a psychology major like I was and that she would be able to give me advice on and options after school.
No, the fuck I did not. I told you she may not be a psychology major, but she was a law major and you thought that was interesting enough to talk about.
I felt a sense of loyalty to Max.
So how does that discredit her, what she just said? Oh, because, she wasn't a psychology major. She was a whatever major. Like, that doesn't, you just, again, admitted to exactly what she just said. Holy crap. Holy Crayola.
We've been friends over the previous year, and I hoped he would see how he was acting and what he had done was not okay.
This is true. I remember we had long talks about my obsession for her. I told her I would not be able to subside my feelings if we kept seeing each other. She told me, do your best. This is around the time I enlisted in the army because I knew it was not going to work and I just wanted to die for a cause. I did not tell her until much later.
Max picked me up from my dorm room and drove about 10 minutes away to a nearby Comfort Inn and Suites. I asked him why we were at the hotel and he said he had booked a room for us for the night.
Yes, I did do this, but I called her beforehand and told her my sister would not be able to see us tonight, and if it would be okay that I got a place for us to stay. She said it was fine as long as I didn't try to fuck her. I agreed.
I was shocked, and honestly, I couldn't move or even really speak. I started to panic.
If you're going to read a script, at least put some emotion behind the words you're reading so you can make the story sound legitimate. I don't claim to know what you were thinking or feeling at that time, but you and I both know I was extremely anxious if you were ever feeling uncomfortable in any situation, and it's something that would constantly annoy you about me. I would ask too much if you were okay or if there's anything I can do for you, but at that time, what I saw was a person who consented to be there with me, casually following me into the hotel. I did not force you in. I did not grab you by the hand and drag you.
Oh my God. Victim blame me, victim blame me, victim blame me. That's all. You're doing the thing that you accused a bunch of us of doing simply because we were questioning the story. And you're doing it right here and being so victim blaming about it. Like, yeah, you invited me and you said as long as I, you were okay with me getting a hotel for us as long as I didn't want to fuck you or try to fuck you. And I said, okay. And then you know that I was really anxious all the time. And you used to say that it was irritating. Like any girl that has friend zoned a guy can see the underlying, I don't know, like creepiness of MamaMax responding to Haley. Like, this is bad, bruh. This is bad. Oh, God.
You followed me.
Once we got into the hotel room, there was only one bed, and that's whenever I started to cry. I asked him if he'd be mad if I left, and Max was laughing and said that we were just here to hang out and to catch up on our lives.
Again, I'm not trying to invalidate you, but that's not what I saw. What I saw was us cuddling and talking about college life, and that's when I told you I enlisted into the army. And then you cried. But what you are claiming is that I am a psychopath laughing at my best friend as she cries in fear of me. What the fuck?
He was standing in the doorway.
Like, I don't know, maybe don't spend the time as you respond to this, like, assuming that your personal interpretations of things that she did because we're dumb obsessed with her and wanted to be in a relationship with her. So of course, every little thing that she did, you're gonna see as, this is it. She's close. She wants to cuddle with me. She wants this. Bruh. Like, this just is coming off as rapey, knowing that you admitted to being obsessed with her. Hello? Case closed. Honestly. Jesus Christ.
Way and wouldn't let me walk past him. Anytime I tried to get out the door, he would hold my shoulders or my waist and he would just stop me. Honestly, I can't remember all of what happened that night.
Yes, that is very clear, but a good excuse to not give more details, so I will.
No, bruh. No, bro. And why did my thing go away? No. Holy crap. First, you talk about how she's reading a script and, oh, you should show a little bit more emotion. Victim blaming. And then you say, oh, you don't remember all the details? Obviously, that means that you're lying. Victim blaming. Like, come on, MamaMax. Come on. You're playing a game that you shouldn't be playing, okay? That's not the believe all victims YouTube creator that your fans know and love. You are being exactly who you claim to fight against. Okay? Remember in my other video where I showed that he was planning on making a video like silence all accusers? But you could just play this video as an example for that one. I'm just saying. That's a very good example of silencing all accusers.
Since I do remember what happened, you laid your head in my lap as I scratched your head trying to comfort you about me leaving into the army. You asked me if there's any way I can get out of it, and I told you that I'm going to be getting a top secret clearance, and I could list you as one of my references, where you and I made a plan that you could tell them that I'm mentally ill and shouldn't be in the military, which wasn't completely untrue. And it's something you did end up doing because my sergeant notified me of it, but the army didn't seem to fucking care, and I still got my top secret clearance.
As I've done all I could to forget and move past this memory for years, but I do know that I was scared and that I was held against my will for hours. I remember being on my period and asking if we could go to the store so I could get tampons, seeing this as a way to get out of the room. But Max said no.
Actually, I said yes, and we did. I specifically remember when we got back to the hotel, she went to the bathroom, and when she came out, she said, "I love shoving tubes up my bloody vagina," and I thought it was the funniest thing I ever heard at the time.
I remember telling him that I was talking to a new guy and that we had plans to watch a movie that night.
She never told me she was talking to a new guy, because if she had, I would have freaked the fuck out.
Why? Why would you freak the fuck out? Is it because you were dumb, stalkery obsessed with her still? Holy crap. Everything that you admit to, you think that it makes you look good, but it doesn't, bruh. So maybe she did tell you and you did freak out. Oh my God. Listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth.
Because that's exactly what I did whenever I found out she was dating Anthony while I was in the military, which is what caused me to do the bad thing that I regret doing, which we will get to.
I eventually was crying so hard that I just fell asleep.
And I sat there laughing the whole time. People crying in front of me is the most hilarious thing. Okay, but for real though, what I remember, at least, was falling asleep after we were play wrestling, like where you try to hold the person down and they try to escape, when we end up falling asleep cuddling.
I woke up to Max's hand in my shirt.
Okay,
like,
so when Haley says, Haley's story is you tried to keep her forcefully in the hotel, and your version is, no, we were play wrestling. Okay. Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say.
Rubbing my back all the way down to where my shorts were, and his fingers were inside of my shorts. I rolled over and asked him what he was doing. He just kind of smiled, super creepy, and said that he was watching me sleep.
So usually that kind of behavior always results in rape. And since you were such a frozen, submissive little victim, I absolutely could have raped you in this narrative, couldn't I? But you would never accuse me of raping you or fingering you or even fondling you. Could it be that we were just cuddling and I was just rubbing your back? But Max, why would she lie about something so serious? And we're going to get to that soon.
I looked at...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. If I wanted to, I could have raped you right then and there. Oh my God. Bro, Max, you would have taken this story and made a whole campaign with it. You realize that?
At the clock, and it was 9:42, and I told him I had a 10 a.m. chemistry class and that I had to leave. Max agreed to take me to campus for class, but he didn't agree to let me leave for any other reason.
Okay, let's do another hypothetical. Let's say you are telling nothing but the absolute truth. Why would this psychopath only release you for class and no other reason? Why did this very touchy person not rape or molest you?
Because people knew that she had to be at class. And so, of course, you're going to release her because if she didn't show up for class, people were going to start searching for her. And if you raped her, they would have found out that you guys were in a hotel. She didn't show up to class. Hello? There's plenty of good reason why that's true. I just cannot even.
Why did you never take a chance to escape while this person was asleep? Why did you never call or text for help when you had your phone on you? Why did you agree to get in a car with this distrustful person?
I don't know, MamaMax. Why did Spencer not leave after the first time Camden hit her and beat her up? Why did none of the victims leave after the first instance? Yeah, because they were in a cult and they were brainwashed into being okay with it. Do you see how that sounds, MamaMax? MamaMax, the platformer of victims. MamaMax, the platformer of victims' stories. MamaMax, do you see why everything that you're saying is everything that you speak up against? Maybe just, I don't know. Maybe don't make your silence all abusers or silence all accusers video, because you're doing a lot of that here. I'm just saying, you're doing a lot of silencing all accusers in this video. That's not a good look.
In the first place, when you have your own truck and could have met up with him instead. Makes you think.
After this, I did not respond to any calls, texts, or emails for several.
Jesus Christ. Makes you think. Makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think. You are very manipulative, MamaMax. Very manipulative. And people let you get away with it for a very long time. But I'm glad to say not anymore. Not anymore. Very glad to say.
Several weeks.
Yes, you did. We had multiple hangouts after this happened, and the last time I saw you, October of 2014, the day before I shipped off to basic, you invited me to your dorm where I met you downstairs for just a few minutes to talk. You were kicking my legs with your feet. You told me that you were going to go through with that plan to get me kicked out of the army. You asked me to write to you, and I told you I would. And I did, and you never responded. Anyway, we hugged and then I left.
Maybe, I don't know.
Haley.
Maybe the reason why she never responded when you wrote to her was because you thinking that she said write to me was just in your head because you were a crazy psycho stalker. Okay? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe people that are crazy and obsessed with somebody don't think straight and misinterpret words and actions to fit the fantasy that they have in their head because they're crazy and obsessed with somebody. That makes more sense to me. I don't know.
In December of 2014, I was closing at a restaurant that I was working at called Cowboy Chicken. And when I looked outside the window, I saw Max's car.
In December of 2014, I was in the military. I did get a week to spend with my family during Christmas break, but I never saw you once during that time, and my entire family can confirm this alibi because I did not leave their sight because they were so worried about me.
His entire family, probably his sister. You know, the one that tends to be able to corroborate all his stories, you know. Most likely is his sister. So, but also, you literally just admitted that you weren't, like, why say I was in the military at the time if the case was at this time that she's referring to, you were at home. So, just saying. And where's your mom saying that you were there? Do you have any photos showing that you indeed spent the entire time with your family and you never left at all by yourself at all ever? It just doesn't make sense.
My mental health.
I called Anthony and told him that Max was at my job. Anthony came and picked me up that night and told Max to leave us alone. Max was upset that I had started dating Anthony and accused Anthony of taking me away from him.
None of this happened during December of 2014.
When did it happen, though? You hear that? None of this happened during December of 2014. But, you know, it happened at other times. Just not that time, okay? It happened at other times. That's what that sounds like to me.
This was one of our visits after the hotel, but before I was shipped off. She told me to come to her work and look at her newly dyed hair. When Anthony showed up, he did not ask me to leave. We met up and then drove back to the UNT dorms in separate cars. I had suspicions they might be together because she went in his car. I asked her about it and she said they were just friends.
He said he was in the military and doing basic training in Arizona.
No, I was doing basic training at Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Okay. So I love that he will pick every single tiny little thing that she got wrong to discredit her. And, but he won't do that for Spencer or for any of the Camden Gerard Davis victims. No. You're not allowed to pick at everything that was inconsistent. And the thing is, Haley's story, according to MamaMax, isn't inconsistent. She's just getting tiny details wrong. Like, I wasn't at this base, I was at that base. I didn't do that thing in December of 2014. It might have been another time, but it wasn't December of 2014. That's what MamaMax is doing. Very, very manipulative.
Arizona was after.
After this night, Max texted me repeatedly asking why I chose Anthony over him. I continued to ignore the messages. He started messaging me again in March of 2015 with really vague and ominous messages like, be safe, don't believe what they say. Anthony was also getting messages such as, keep her safe and you don't realize who you have, but we just ignored them and assumed Max was like on his shit again, right?
This is all true. By March of 2015, I was doing very bad mentally. This was while I was in AIT in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. I want to shoot myself for not saving any of these messages because she is lying about not responding. She would often ask me to pinky promise that I was going to be okay and ask for a picture.
Max texted Anthony early one morning. It was like after 2, before 5, like between 2 and 5, with a link to a video and a message that said, thanks, Anthony. In the video, Max was cutting his wrists. The video was posted on Anthony's Facebook page and he was tagged. Several of my friends reached out to me to ask what was going on.
This is true. This is what I did after I found out they were dating. This is something I've regretted for the past 8 years of my life. It is why I publicly apologized to her and her boyfriend years later, and it is why I've publicly admitted to it in a video for my 100K Q&A.
And then I met her, and I loved her, and then she started to ignore me. Then she started to fear me.
You just admitted you admitted, like, a lot of people dismissed this kind of thing, like, oh, well, you know, he didn't, you know, she doesn't have proof that he, like, you know, tracked her in the hotel. So, that's a big one. But like, a lot of those people are also men. For a woman, okay? For a dude, okay, to post a video of them cutting their wrist to Facebook and tagging them to the point where your family and friends are saying, hey, what is this that Max just posted? And for a dude who you knew would freak out if he found out that you were dating someone else, freaking out because he found out that you were dating someone else, you just admitted that you knew that she was afraid of you, that she was scared of you. And a lot of people dismiss this as but like, for a woman, as scary, okay? That's scary to have a stalker. Okay, that's what Haley went through. She had an obsessive stalker, and that's scary, and that's bad, and that's something that should be acknowledged, and that's something that a lot of people dismissed. And MamaMax is here admitting to it. That's not good. And it's not good that people are still kind of dismissing this as, oh, well, he didn't admit to like the outrageous stuff about like rape or grooming or anything like that. But he admitted to being a scary, psychopathic, obsessed stalker. And everyone is dismissing that. And they shouldn't. Especially, again, YouTubers, men and women alike. Would you be okay with someone being obsessively stalky with you? Of course not. Think about it. Augie RFC versus Toddy C. Okay? Come on now. We all know. Clancy, John Swan. Now imagine if that was IRL and that person knew exactly where you lived, knew your family, knew everything about you, and had access to you physically. Okay? Imagine Toddy C or Clancy had access and ability to go and see Augie or John Swan IRL. And then imagine that they had all of their contact information, knew who their family was, had ability to contact and reach out to their family, was showing up to various hotel or various apartments and schools throughout the years, wrote books. Come on now, you guys. We all know how we would react to that. And yet people are dismissing Haley's story, even though MamaMax admitted to it, because the other girls made more outrageous claims. It's sad. And that's why I'm making this video. Let's carry on.
Then she started to hate me. Then she dropped all contact with me and called the cops on me. Depression. Suicide.
I think it's obvious why I took this down years ago. It was selfish and it was cruel. I am not afraid to own up to it or talk about it, and I've talked about it to many people ever since.
It was a great talk. I showed him the video that I posted about me doing that thing with my arm.
But since they have deliberately violated my privacy and leaked this very personal story of my life, I feel I don't have any other choice but to divulge. They claimed they called a wellness check so they can look like the good guys.
Anthony called emergency services to do a wellness check.
A wellness check never came, and it is certainly not the way Anthony portrayed it when he first texted me after he saw the video.
So
this is the man.
What he just showed was text messages of Anthony being like, WTF, mate. What is that video? If you ever come near me or Haley again, you're done. And we did call the cops. Holy crap. Wow. So they reacted in an understandable way, and you want to make them look like the bad people. Wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. And you're like literally dismissing what you did without dismissing it. I don't know if you guys get what I mean, but like he's like, yeah, I did that and I felt really bad about it. But like they violated my privacy. MamaMax, the guy who was more than willing to blast some dude's mom's and brother's information, and who thinks that first and last names aren't private information, and is more than willing to show first and last names of other people, talking about, oh, you showcased this super private thing that I did. No, they're showcasing this super psychotic thing that you did that other people should know about, because you are the pedo hunter, right? You are the victim advocate. You are the survivor platformer. Okay? And yet, here's this story showing that you were an obsessive, scary stalker to a poor woman for years. For years. From high school on, you stalked and harassed a woman. And you want to dismiss that because, God forbid, they showcase the worst offense that you did. Okay? Should have just tweeted out suicide bait and call it a day. But no, you're MamaMax. You go big or go home. That's how you do. Yes? Jesus Christ.
Who saved my life, where he found me wrapping my belt around my neck at the stairwell where I was going to hang myself. My
crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. One of Spencer's stories is that she tried to end her life with a belt, and it didn't work. Oh my God. Hold on.
My brother's in the belt around.
Oops.
The man who saved my life, where he found me wrapping my belt around my neck at the stairwell where I was going to hang myself.
Y'all. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. There is, oh my God, hold on.
The public act was a cry for help because that was the day I tried to hang myself.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Do you just
use
hear the
belt?
emotionless response? That shut up! Sorry.
I mean, like, why are we hearing about? I mean, even now, Max is trying to use like the emotional weight of it. It's like, dude, like you're saying that you tried to use your like your self harm and like your own like death as like as a way to make someone feel bad. Like that itself is like very
very manipulative.
Yeah, just very emotionally manipulative. Like like this is not even someone you ever dated.
Also, like
into that, my mental state honestly was not the greatest. The year prior, I had actually attempted suicide stupidly with a fucking belt. It didn't happen. The fucking belt broke. The next day, I had one of my, because I was living with my 5th cousin and his wife, and they were mentally abusive towards me.
What? Anyways, I'm just saying. Back to the video. Jesus Christ.
My brothers in the army are the only reason why I am still alive, and I am forever grateful to them. Do not let Haley and Anthony lie to you. They did not care. They filed police reports which do appear to be real, although I couldn't tell you because I was never charged, I was never asked to appear in court, and I was never mailed any notice. I did receive 1 or 2 different phone calls from the police department of Denton on separate occasions to tell me to stop stalking Haley. Being that I was about 1,000 miles away in Fort Huachuca, Arizona, where I remained to be until the end of 2015, I don't see how that's possible. But damn, go off, sis. And again, I do not know how to find people. I'm done listening to her. More than an entire third of my life has passed since this happened. I do not have any evidence to support what I'm saying. It doesn't look like she did either, besides just random pictures of us, which, if anything, proves my side more than hers.
Okay. Now just remember that. Remember those words, MamaMax. When you look at the way people are questioning Spencer and this whole Camden Gerard Davis vampire werewolf cult bullshit. Okay?
I don't have any of the pictures and videos we took together that were on my phone. I don't have any of the Skype calls or chat logs or text messages saved. And you would think if I am the person she is describing, I would have kept all of that. Don't you think? But what I do have is a witness.
I hope they don't come after me. I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
What if they try to make me lose my job or something?
Well, they have been known to harass people.
Do you think people believe I'm your sister and be like, y'all aren't related? That's an actor.
I mean, there's going to be people who are going to say, they're going to say because you're my sister, obviously you're going to defend me. But if you...
I am a woman. I defend women.
I would
know
hope...
for a fact he hasn't done these. And if, then I would beat him up and put him in jail myself. I would not be defending him. But since I know that they're lying because many things they say don't add up with what I've seen and heard and remember, I know they're lying because they have so many lies and inconsistencies that will be disproven.
Yeah, and you're also the one that got Spencer to come tell her story, and you're like, really, yes, no, because you are his sister. You're just not credible. Sorry, not sorry. Anyways, I don't think we really need to go further into this because, well, it's his sister talking about how, oh no, it couldn't, my brother could never have done that. My brother, no. But honestly, let us not forget, MamaMax admitted to the majority of stuff that Haley claimed, okay? And the rest of the time, MamaMax used victim blamey tactics, as he would describe it, to discredit Haley. But he also admitted to stalking, harassing, and being uber obsessive with her. So, in conclusion, I hope that this shows MamaMax exactly why everything that he accuses us YouTubers, us creators, of us commentary of doing, he did and he does when it's convenient for him. Everything that he uses to discredit stories is everything that we do as well. Like, bro, you're fighting a war against yourself. And again, everything that Haley said and all her valid evidence that she had against you, you would have made a video about, and you would have platformed hard had it not been about you. And then, of course, we found out about that nice little belt, little tidbit right there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful night. Goodbye.